This video does not confirm or diagnose any medical issue. Any health-related references are only alleged and discussed for general commentary purposes. So get ready, because what follows is not harmless celebrity gossip. It is being described as a serious revelation that many in Hollywood hoped would never come out. Behind red carpets, bright lights, and carefully managed public images, there is said to be a story so intense that it could damage reputations and shake the entire entertainment business. Right now, one name is causing unease across the industry: Teyana Taylor. A familiar voice known for stirring controversy has spoken up, breaking a silence that many thought would remain forever closed. That voice belongs to Tasha K. According to claims shared on her platform, this situation goes far beyond fame or rumors. It involves alleged danger, broken trust, and a hidden matter few want to face openly. Sources quietly talk about protected records, unreported test results, and private conversations now tied to a troubling dispute. There are whispers of a concealed condition, possible undisclosed exposure, and suggestions that influential people may have been drawn into something much more serious than scandal. Fans are shocked, executives appear concerned, and legal teams are reportedly preparing responses. If any part of these claims proves true, this becomes a public issue, not just talk. It could change careers and permanently alter how a well-guarded figure is viewed. Before moving forward, ask yourself one question. What if the image you believed in was hiding a dangerous truth?
Or was it a relationship? Here's the thing. I know TT got upset with me when I said that she was too clingy. It was given too much too soon.
So was it love? Or was it something else entirely? That is the question many people are now asking. I know TT was upset with me when I said she became too attached and gave her heart away too fast. Still, what Tasha K revealed next was something the entertainment world was not ready to face. According to her, behind the smooth image, perfect styling, and carefully controlled fame, there was a reality that had been hidden on purpose for a long time. This was not rumor or online talk. She described it as real history backed by records, limited files, and private warnings meant to stay secret. When she opened her podcast, her tone was serious and calm, not dramatic or playful. That alone made people nervous. When Tasha K speaks that way, it usually means she believes the information is dangerous. She reminded listeners that Hollywood runs on silence, signed papers, shared secrets, and protection between powerful people. Then she mentioned Teyana Taylor, and everything seemed to freeze. Tasha claimed this story had quietly circulated for years behind closed doors. It was discussed in private but never allowed to reach the public. She alleged that Teyana had a serious health issue for a long time, something that could affect close relationships and work connections. Tasha said she reviewed documents and heard private accounts. She warned that some people who should have known were never told. Then she shifted to personal ties, saying that after Teyana's divorce, emotional decisions were made. That is when she brought up one name that changed the entire direction of the story: Aaron Pierre.
Nasty. I mean, hell, baby daddy ex-husband just got the police called on him by one of Ra Ali's alleged girls that she sent down there to have a threesome with him. And then the girlfriend that he was supposed to have threesome with didn't want to participate, and she only wanted it to be a twosome. And so allegedly he wanted to force her to do it anyway. So she had to call the police to tell the police she didn't want to participate.
The moment those words were spoken, everything seemed to freeze. At that point, the story moved past health concerns and entered much darker territory. Now it was about chaos, consequences, and behavior that appeared to be spinning out of control. Tasha painted a picture of someone who was emotionally unstable, making rush choices, and dragging others into situations they never expected to face. She claimed that during this period, boundaries faded, judgment weakened, and people were placed in positions where they were exposed to far more than they had ever agreed to. Then came the statement that truly shook listeners. Tasha hinted that Amon Shumpert, Teyana's former husband, may have been one of the first people affected, not in an emotional sense but physically. She never said it directly, yet her tone, pauses, and careful wording made the meaning hard to ignore. She suggested the marriage may not have ended because of cheating alone, but because of fear. Fear of what may have already happened and fear of what could later be revealed. According to her, once the marriage ended, the pattern did not stop. She alleged it intensified. Tasha claimed there were connections with other famous names, including musicians and actors who are strongly protected by the industry. Kanye West and Aaron Pierre were mentioned again. She stressed these were not casual encounters, but deeper relationships formed during a time when a serious risk may have already existed. She warned that this is where the issue becomes dangerous. It is no longer just about betrayal but about public safety. Tasha explained that Hollywood often hides situations like this using legal agreements, private settlements, and image protection plans. She suggested those systems may already be active. Phones ringing, lawyers moving fast, managers rushing to limit damage. She said the most disturbing part was not the alleged condition, but the silence. The idea that people who deserved honesty may never have received it. She ended by returning to Aaron Pierre, describing him as new to fame, inexperienced, and possibly unaware of what he was stepping into. His later behavior, she claimed, showed confusion and emotional strain, like someone trying to process a truth they were never warned about. That led her to a final, unsettling conclusion.
All I'm saying is that I felt like it was forced. I felt like she was way too clingy, too soon. You just got out of a nasty, very public divorce. And I feel like he was just rebounding.
The moment those words landed, everything changed. Suddenly, the story moved away from simple romance and shifted into a far more troubling territory. It was no longer about attraction or love. It was about emotional chaos, damage control, and relationships built on escape rather than honesty or stability. Tasha explained that this connection was never meant to last. It was a way to avoid heartbreak, public scrutiny, or perhaps a truth that had been carefully hidden for years. What alarmed her most wasn't gossip or rumor. It was the repeated pattern of secrecy, timing, and emotional unpredictability, and the number of people who may have unknowingly been caught in something far bigger than they expected. As she spoke, it became clear this was more than a celebrity scandal. Tasha suggested that the danger was not just emotional, it was biological. She leaned closer to the microphone, her voice low, and warned that once the alleged condition existed, every subsequent relationship carried risk. She claimed that Hollywood handles health issues differently than the rest of the world. Private agreements, sealed records, and silent precautions often protect images instead of people. According to her, some of the most shocking details were hidden in documents and private communications, showing that the condition may have existed long before certain high-profile relationships began. People could have been unknowingly exposed, with no warning, and consequences quietly unfolding behind the scenes. Tasha explained how fear, not just risk, tore relationships apart. Partners reportedly noticed sudden mood changes, isolation, abrupt breakups, and unexplained withdrawals. Then she focused on Aaron Pierre, describing him as more vulnerable and emotionally invested than others. His confusion, distress, and anxiety after the relationship reportedly signaled that the secret had become impossible to fully contain. Tasha claimed managers, agents, and doctors quietly took precautions, silent warnings, tests, and private advice, without ever going public. She hinted that this network of exposure could reach further than anyone realized, involving collaborators, actors, and even high-profile stars like Leonardo DiCaprio. By the end, it was clear. This wasn't gossip anymore. It was a situation with real potential consequences, where silence itself became the most dangerous factor, and the emotional signs revealed cracks in the story that could no longer be ignored.
He sounds a little bit more needy than what she's used to. That's why she slides another hoe into the bedroom, because she ain't got time to be there. You know she be traveling. She got 2 kids she got to fend for, you know what I'm saying? And she be on everybody's project, including her own. And she ain't got time to be settling down and cuddling and sucking on a man's ear to make him feel comfortable. And every time I saw them together, he was always like... And I'm like, why is he acting like Becky in the relationship? That's what he learned from them damn Beckys. For real. So, sucking on his ear. Y'all ain't never heard that before? People that got sucking fixations, it's like a soothing mechanism, because he can't suck his thumb in public, so she would suck on it. Come on now. Jasmine, you've seen that before, right? I just felt like he just needed a breast to suck on.
The moment those words were spoken, everything shifted. The story moved from danger to survival, from exposure to distraction. Tasha claimed that this relationship was never about love. It was about coping, moving constantly, and staying busy to avoid facing reality. According to her, stillness invited questions, so Teyana's life became a whirlwind of back-to-back projects, non-stop travel and public appearances. Movement became a strategy to escape scrutiny, consequences, and perhaps a truth that was growing harder to hide. Insiders described her as distant, emotionally closed off, and afraid to let anyone get too close. When someone did, they were pushed away just as quickly. Tasha explained that breakups weren't caused by heartbreak. They were triggered by information, suspicions, and discoveries too heavy to ignore. That is why relationships ended abruptly, with no explanation, no closure, only sudden silence. She then described what she called the containment phase. Hollywood allegedly recognized the potential for disaster and intervened. Reputation managers redirected narratives, blurred timelines, and replaced public curiosity with fake drama. Cheating rumors, personality conflicts, career disagreements. Anything except the truth. For years, fans debated gossip while the emotional toll behind the scenes was devastating. Sleepless nights, panic attacks, social withdrawal, and fear of medical revelations. Tasha said one person, unnamed, spent months in denial before seeking private answers that never reached the media. When those results came, careers shifted, contracts changed, and relationships vanished. She claimed that after the breakup with Aaron Pierre, Teyana allegedly moved fully into image protection mode. Stylists rewrote narratives, publicists rehearsed interviews, and subtle efforts distanced Aaron, framing him as emotionally unstable. Opportunities slowed, connections cooled, and fear dictated behavior. According to Tasha, Hollywood operates on silence. Narratives were redirected, private precautions taken, and social distancing enforced. No public statements, just quiet control. When fragments leaked online, the system faltered and speculation grew. Insiders quietly managed risk while power and influence shaped the story, ensuring the public never saw the full truth. Finally, Tasha returned to Aaron's behavior. His neediness, constant search for reassurance, and emotional confusion, she suggested, reflected an instinctive response to danger he could not understand. She concluded that these dynamics, more than any medical revelation, revealed the true gravity of the situation. A warning about fear, control, and the unseen consequences quietly shaping Hollywood.
A lot of people think it was a PR relationship. I feel that it was. I feel like it was mutually beneficial. They both could use the PR. This helped her to distract from what was going on with Eamon. Is that his name, Jasmine?
It's Iman.
Now that he's,
Iman.
Iman. Okay, y'all know I'm bad with names. And so it was.
Those words hit like a verdict, changing everything. The story shifted once more. From romance to survival, from connection to strategy, from scandal to careful cover-up. According to Tasha, this relationship may never have been about love. It might have been about staying visible, controlling attention, and redirecting focus away from a far more dangerous situation happening behind closed doors. She said the timing alone raised alarms. Right after a divorce, right after rumors, just before questions could surface. Everything seemed too carefully planned. Tasha explained that this is how Hollywood often handles crises. Not by denying them, but by distracting the public. A new romance, non-stop appearances, endless images, all designed to flood headlines and keep attention away from the real danger. She claimed this tactic bought months, even years, for contracts to be adjusted, records sealed, and for people to quietly move on without public interference. But she said one thing changed everything. Silence was no longer ethical. People had been hurt, not emotionally but physically, and she could no longer stay quiet. What disturbed her most, she said, was the system itself. Power shields itself, truth gets buried, and those without influence are left to face consequences alone. She warned that even if one person was unknowingly placed at risk, the story needed to be told. Fear spreads quietly but leaves traces, legal, medical, and digital, and eventually someone speaks. Tasha claimed that after the breakup with Aaron Pierre, Teyana allegedly moved fully into image protection mode. Stylists, publicists, and managers subtly reshaped the narrative, framing Aaron as emotionally unstable, distancing him from opportunities, and quietly controlling perception. Hollywood, she said, thrives on silence, and when silence is threatened, power takes action. Private meetings, legal precautions, and hidden measures ensured that the public remained unaware. She warned listeners to consider the cost of carefully engineered images, the people quietly harmed, and the trust that may have been broken without anyone realizing it. This was not just a story of celebrity drama. It was about influence, secrecy, and how easily truth can be reshaped when power and fear enter the room. According to Tasha, more names, records, and revelations are still hidden. When they emerge, the reality we thought we knew could shatter completely. Secrets, she reminded, are most dangerous not when they end careers, but when they quietly ruin lives.